So the farmer works very hard, tilling their land, pruning their trees, and trying to keep the insects from ruining their crops. Finally, after much anxiety and toil, they behold the first ripe fruit. And what joy floods their heart. They would like to taste the fruit or give it to their family, but they cannot. For the first ripe fruits belong in gratitude to God. Shavuot, which the Torah calls the harvest festival, is the first time of the year we are able to make this offering, this bikurim offering of the first fruits. And upon finding a ripe fruit, the farmer would tie a cord of reed grass around the fruit, set it aside, and say, "This shall be among the bikurim." So we are going to experience making a bikurim offering in our own way today by locating the blessings in our lives. So I invite you now to breathe, of course. Gratitude for the land is the foundation of this ritual. The land is what makes it possible for the fruits to grow in the first place. And in our case, we want to become aware of the land that makes the blessings in our lives possible. The land of our bodies and our psyches, our lives. So I invite you now to get into a very comfortable position, either sitting up or even lying down. Be very comfortable. So come into awareness of your body and feel your body. And forget all your ideas about your body, that it's this way or it's that way. Just be with any area of it, this present body, as permeated with limitless space and drenched in freedom. Become aware of what you are lying or sitting on, where your body's interfacing with what is holding you, and sense what is around you as endless space. Above you as endless space. Below you is endless space. Behind you is endless space. And to your left is space. To your right is space. And within you is endless space. And breathe with that spaciousness. This is yours. Your consciousness is yours. It is your land. And breathe. This is the blessing of you. This life is fertile ground. And you notice your breath and breathe into the vast landscape that is you. When you are fully aware of yourself and you feel a little more spaciousness in your awareness, scan through your sacred body once more in your mind. Or touch or pat your body lightly if you so choose. And you may open your eyes. And continue to breathe. This ritual is about the blessing of having a life. The blessing of the holy space that is ours, to harvest and to grow the many blessings that fill our lives. Ah. Let's take a few deep breaths. From this place of expanse, we are going to locate and harvest some of the blessings in your life as they are ripening into your awareness right now. The Talmud's conception of bikurim expresses the notion that true gratitude for something can come only after you have come to understand its significance and appreciate its impact on your life. The bikurim we call the first fruits, but they are brought of 7 species, 7 sacred foods. 2 of them are grains, wheat or barley. Can everyone mute for now? Let me see if I can. Okay. So they're brought from 7 specific foods. 2 of them are grains, wheat and barley, and 5 of them are fruits, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. As we go through each of these 7 species, all the images or meanings to come, they'll arise, and allow them to arise from your body. What comes to you may go with these themes or it may not. So if something comes to you that you're grateful for, go with your own associations over mine and allow them to surprise you and bypass your mind. So let's breathe, and I will walk you through each theme in a little more detail. And know that when you notice a blessing, it is yours in a different way when you bring it into awareness. So we're first going to start with barley. The harvest season all began with barley. It began with harvesting the barley during Passover. Barley is the simplest grain to grow. It grows sometimes on your land without you even planting it. So I'd like you now to tune into a blessing in your life, something that you did not work for, something that was simply given to you, probably that usually goes unnoticed. A simple blessing, but a blessing nonetheless. Now, you may want to write them down as your gratitudes come to you, either in a journal or in the chat to keep track of them. Or maybe bringing them into your awareness for yourself is enough right now. So I'm going to give you a moment, just a minute, to search inside yourself. And now that you've located some blessings possibly in your life, I invite you now to unmute. And together, we're going to say what you see at the bottom of the screen. This shall be among the bikurim. Great. And together we say, this shall be
among the bikurim.
Amen. And now you can even mute yourselves so everyone could hear. We're going to look at joy now. Begin to search yourself as you breathe. What is a source of joy that is beginning to blossom in your life that you'd like to offer some gratitude for? Grapes can also be offered in the form of wine in the temple. So this can be about locating a joy in your life that you have cultivated, maybe through prayer or some other form that takes some effort. So I'll give you a minute. And when you're ready, unmute yourself. Let's tie a reed around ourselves, around our bodies with a hug. And together we can say, this shall be
among
the
the
bikurim.
bikurim.
Hallelujah. The seeds of figs are delicate. They're abundant and they're edible. Fig seeds have a softness to them. Begin to locate some things in your life that nurture you. To say thank you for the ripening gifts of what nurtures you. And when you're ready, you can unmute and wrap yourself and say, "This shall be
shall
among
be among
the
the
Bikurim.
bikurim.
Ha. I ask you to consider, what are you being initiated into right now? Another way to look at initiation is to identify a change that you are going through. I'll say it again. Another way to think of initiation is to identify a change that you're going through right now. Or even for this one, think about a challenge that you're going through. See if you can tease out the gifts that you see emerging from these challenges or changes. And see if it's possible to say thank you for these gifts. Were you able to identify something that you are being initiated into right now? And if so, please unmute yourself so together we can say, "And this
This
shall
shall
be
be
among
among
the
the
bikurim."
bikurim.
I invite you to breathe as we walk into the gate of peace. Grounding yourself like a tree. And see what arises when you think about your experience of peace right now. Is there something that you can find gratitude for? Feel free to identify gratitudes that are not in these categories. And once you have come up with another, or maybe a few more, please unmute yourself so we can say together. And
This
this shall
shall
be
be
among
among
the bikurim.
bikurim.
To spark your imagination, to help urge you to think of the gratitudes in your life, consider what is new. Renewal. Consider what is being born in you at this time. In what ways do you feel refreshed? Often offered as date honey, this can also be a renewal you have made fully conscious in your life by putting effort into. I feel so much gratitude to all of you. Can we unmute and wrap ourselves again and say, this shall be
This shall be
among
among
the
the
bikurim.
bikurim.
This is our final species that we're going to gather. This harvest festival, this harvest time began with harvesting the barley during Passover, and it ends with harvesting the wheat on Shavuot. Shavuot is thus the concluding festival of the grain harvest. As part of this bikurim offering, an offering was made of 2 loaves of bread for the wheat harvest. So unlike barley, consider writing down a blessing in your life that you have worked for, have waited for maybe, one that you fully acknowledge and bring fully in your consciousness that you can celebrate. And let us last time, as we've cultivated these blessings, wrap ourselves, unmute ourselves. This shall be
Shall be
among
among
the
the
bikurim.
bikurim.
I'd like to offer you a moment to sit with all of them. for one more minute and focus on any that you would like to dwell in a little longer, or just see if there's any last things that come to the surface. And now we take the blessings that we've gathered, the blessings we've identified with the reed, and place them in a basket woven of gold and silver. And the baskets are loaded on oxen, whose horns are gilded with lace and garlands of flowers, and who are led to in a grand procession to Jerusalem. Jerusalem. They say Jerusalem is the heart of Israel. And as Rumi says, my religion is love. Every heart is my temple. So I invite you now, as we make this shift in making our way to the temple, to offer our fruits, to breathe into your heart. You may want to tap your heart or put your hand on your heart, or just draw your attention to this sacred place in you as your temple. As you travel into the core of this generous, generative love center, and you pass through the cities and towns on your way into your heart center. I will play some music, and please move if you'd like. As you make your way. For you are accompanied into your heart by music and parades. So as you arrive into your heart, put your basket on your shoulder near your heart and keep breathing as you approach the altar. So in the bikurim offering, we present our basket of fruits and grains, our blessings, to the Kohen. The Kohanim are the priests who serve in the temple. So in offering our fruits, allow yourself to make the Kohen personal to you. I'm not going to tell you who or what your Kohen is, but you can allow it to be the part of you that is your higher self or your soul. Or perhaps your inner Kohen is a spirit or ancestor that guides you. However you want to work with this, trust that what comes to you is the right Kohen for you to offer in this moment. And once you have located your Kohen for this moment, continue to close your eyes and hear the Kohen that you trust speak these words to you or this sentiment to you. The Kohen says to you, I offer myself humbly as a guardian of your nature, as a healer of your misery, as a messenger to your wonder, and as an architect of your peace. If there is gratitude arising in your heart, allow yourself to feel it. Feel whatever is happening in your body as you connect with this higher being. And open your eyes when you are ready, if you'd like. And as you begin to approach the altar, entering more deeply into your heart, enter with the sound of this shofar. And while the basket is still on your shoulder, you stand before the Kohen and before God. And you recite these words. Feel free to unmute yourself and we can recite them together. I acknowledge this day before Yud Hey Vav Hey, your God. that I have
I have
entered the land that Yud-Heh swore to our
Father
to
assign us.
And now you take the basket of gratitudes as you place this basket filled with blessings on the altar. You place it, take it off your shoulder and you hold it by its edges. And see your higher Kohen place their hand beneath it and set it down in front of the altar. Well, let me share sound first. And then, as prescribed in the Torah, just a little quieter. It says to say this. Can you see this text? Let's see if we can speak it together. A wandering, feel free to unmute yourself. A wandering
Aramaean
was my father. He went down to Egypt
and
sojourned few in number. And there became a great, powerful, and populous
nation.
The Egyptians dealt harshly with us, and afflicted us, put upon us difficult labor.
We cried out to
God, the Lord of our
ancestors.
And God heard our voice, saw our affliction, our burden,
and our distress.
God, oh, there's more. God took us out of Egypt with a strong hand, an outstretched arm, awesome acts,
signs,
and wonders.
He
brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now I have brought first fruits of the earth
that you
have given me, God. So close your eyes if you'd like, and your inner Kohen waves their hand over your offering. And now comes the part where we bow before God. So I'm actually going to get on the floor and bow. And I invite you to do it too, in body or in spirit. Whatever feels right to you at this time for your gratitude. Feel what you have offered being consumed by the light of your higher self, your Kohen. Amen.
Was that Cantor Julia Catrain?
Julia, she goes, yeah, Katrine. Yeah.
Yes, from Central Synagogue in New York City.
That's right.
She's amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you all for being here and doing this ritual with me.
Which cantor was it?
Juliet Catrain.
Her name is Cantor
Okay.
Julia Catrain.
P or T?
Cain.
I'll put her name in the chat.
Can I ask a quick question?
Please.
Pomegranate was what, and dates were what?
I'll share the screen. Pomegranates were initiation. And I used renewal as dates.
I don't know how to take a picture of that.
And I wanted to ask, did you, with these different components or like meanings of the fruits, is that something that you drew from tradition, or did you kind of
No, I just went on different plant kind of explorations of how, you know, like websites and different things that people said not within our tradition, which is why I was like, you know, anything goes, whatever comes to
Very
you,
cool.
you know.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to say one thing about dates, if that's all right.
Of course.
From the Ayurvedic tradition, dates are like fundamentally nurturing at the deepest level. When a person is depleted, it's kind of an all encompassing, nurturing, rebuilding thing. Of course, it's sweet.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Were people able to locate some gratitudes in their life?
Yes, I thought it was wonderful. I had so much gratitude flowing all over the place. This was the exact perfect session for me today with what I'm trying to deal with. So I really appreciated it. I thought it was very creative and very good. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
It's really inspiring for those of us who are getting out and about after, you know, being fully vaccinated and going out. It's kind of scary, but you know, it's like have hope and appreciate it's such a big blessing.
Well, enjoy the rest of your sessions and happy Shavuot.